implemented very carefully by our esteemed faculty members, staff members, as well as the volunteers who are involved in the conduct of this immersion program. So please make sure that you go through this. It will help you in terms of enriching your academic journey, foster some meaningful connections with your peers. Most of you must be also seeing your faculty for the very first time, although you would have interacted with them in your online classes. I'm sure you must be seeing them for the very first time, right? So that is something which you need to also make sure that you are interacting with your faculty members. And of course, we also want you to feel at home because this is your campus. You are here for a very, very important event. So make sure that you are feeling at home at our BITS Pilani's Hyderabad campus ecosystem. And today's agenda begins with a keynote session with our esteemed dignitaries. And there will be also an experience sharing session by faculty and students. And it is also followed by a series of activities including hackathon and where you can actually showcase your creativity skills and the technical skills. So we encourage you to participate in this wholeheartedly. And there are attractive prizes also which are there for you to win in this event. We would request you to take time to explore the innovation stalls which have been set in the campus. So please do make sure that you are going there and participating in that. So I would like to mention about our technology business incubator which is there located at the campus. So you never know, we may have some of the interesting projects which may be ultimately, of course, subject to approval, get incubated at the technology business incubator. So we are more than happy to have any of your interesting project ideas lined up there at the technology business incubator. Tomorrow, of course, we have a series of activities. So make sure that you network, collaborate, and share your showcase your talents, and also share your experience with your peers. And I also take this opportunity to thank our esteemed faculty members, staff, and volunteers who have worked tirelessly to create this immersion event for you, which we are very confident will make it more meaningful and memorable for you during your stay at Hyderabad campus. Let this campus immersion be an event for you to remember. While your mode of learning may be online, your connection to BITS Pilani and to another is very much real. So please experience your in-person experience in our Hyderabad campus. A small brief about Hyderabad campus before I get my welcome speech. So this campus is a vibrant campus which has about 250 plus acres. There are many interesting things here inside the campus. So we would request each one of you to kindly take some time to also explore the campus experience of our vibrant Hyderabad campus. Welcome once again, and let's make this truly unforgettable experience of each one of you. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Pratik. Welcome you all to our campus in this immersion event. Pleasure to host you once again. I remember hosting the last time, and some of the earlier students have joined us today, and some of the new students, of course, are here. Welcome you all on behalf of BITS Pilani Fraternity. Couple of days ago, I was reading a story, and I think it is important that I share that with all of you. So in older times, there is one craftsman. He's making fans and he's selling them in the marketplace. And he has a very unique pitch. He says, my fans are very special. They can last up to 100 years. And he's saying that again and again in the market, and the king's procession is going through the market, and the king hears that and he stops and says, okay, you come to the palace, let's see what's the fuss about your fans. You are claiming that they are the best in the world. Come with your entire staff. So the man goes to the palace and he shows the fans. And the king is not amused. He says, these are very ordinary looking fans. And some amazing fans that I have try to trick me, you know what is going to happen to you, but I will still try your fan. What is the price? And he says, 100 rupees or something. He says, this is very expensive. And he says, no, because it is the best in class. So you got to try. So the king takes, buys the fans, and the fan seller goes. And after 2, 3 days, the king's soldiers, they come, seeking for him, and they say, the king is calling you, is very upset about the fan that you sold. You just go and see him. The king is sitting there and he says, what nonsense is this? Your fan within 2 days, it has crumbled, it is broken. And you said it will last for 100 years. So the fan seller says, no, sir, that is not possible. My fan says 100% will last for 100 years. He says, look at this, and you tell me why did it not last 48 hours? So he said, no, there is some problem. So can you tell me how you will So, in the times of falsehood, in the times of lies, in the times of propaganda, superstition, dogma, in the times of universal deceit, it is a college, it is a classroom, it is a textbook, it is a teacher who introduces you to perhaps Newton's third law, Bernoulli, to the principles of aerodynamics. The teacher tells you the truth. I'm very happy to see all of you becoming a part of 60 years of this glorious journey that BITS Pilani has had, shaping up brilliant young minds. And one thing that gives me immense pleasure, that out of those 60 years, we have with us a person who has spent more than 3.5 decades shaping up the young minds here. I call upon our respected director, sir, Professor B.Sc. Okay, all of you will say. Okay, I request our Deputy Director, sir, Professor S. Narayanan, to address the gathering. Please, sir. Good morning to all of you. Welcome to BITS Pilani headquarters for this immersion program. Welcome to the second time we are doing it. I'm not sure whether any one of you has attended the first immersion. Right. This, I know, is immersion in which we have students across cohorts. Not just across cohorts, we have also diverse spectrum of audience who is sitting here. Some may be doing vulnerability, maybe only, some may be doing only this. Different parts of the country. Not sure if anyone from outside will also come today, people in our program. So it's a program with a diverse audience and students. BITS Pilani has been operating the WIP program for the program what we call the Teacher Learning Program for more than 45 years, which is exclusively for employed professionals working in industries, and the programs are tailor-made for meeting the needs of the specific industry in which they work. They choose that program. When we are doing that, and in fact, we were pioneering that in the States, 2 years back, we also moved into introducing what we call today the online program, which is what you have joined, B.Sc in computer science, which allows people, give an opportunity for people to take the program. This particular program is systematically designed by experts on the field of computer science on the BITS campuses and also industry experts. Delivery partner is Coursera, using which we were working with them in delivering that. And this program is designed in such a way that there is a lot of opportunities for the people
while, as I said, you may be doing another program in every university to take an online degree, as big as any other program of the BITS Pilani. So Nandapama, who is well-known to all of you sitting here, and he will be the person who will not leave anything halfway done. So he would have taken a team and then he was taking all the efforts to make sure that this particular program has all the ingredients and programs of BITS Pilani is being offered. So this two-day event is basically have an opportunity for you to come to campus. Like they are told the campus, look at the campus environment, BITS Pilani campus environment. Go through some of the sessions by
Good morning, everyone. I think I'm visible. I welcome all of you. Several of you have helped us. Please join us in these fun activities that we have planned out for the next 1.5 days. I think that's it. Thank you. I'll hand over the
and of course there was a Guru Nanak as a senior. So he joined as a student. I understand that it seems more of you will join. And I also understand that it will be from different semesters, different locations, and so on. So I will spend a few minutes telling you about the institution of which you are part, of which you are really part, as much a part of anyone who sits in any of the campuses or who works in any of the you are all as much students and part of BITS Pilani as any of the rest of the constituencies of students are. And I'm happy to understand that many of you have taken it as aspiration. You have owned BITS Pilani. I understand that there are some groups which have represented BITS Pilani at one point or more, and that some of you are visiting here for the second time. First, oh, I Pilani game. And so, I'm happy that that you have owned BITS Pilani just as much as we consider you were taking part of. The institution has existed as a GPP university for 61 years now, and has a history of a little more than 100 years, 125 years or so. So you are part of also a long tradition of quality education in the country. Because the entire 125 years has been in education, starting from primary school and then going into the university that we are today. And as some of you might have seen the news, this year we have done particularly well in the World University Rankings. US, we are ranked somewhere around 660 world, and we are the fourth fastest, the fastest rising private university in the last 4 years in the country. So you should also be proud of the institution of which you are students. Now I would like to learn something about all of you. How many of you are pursuing this as your sole degree, at least, if not sole preoccupation? And how many of you who raised your hands are working? Doesn't look like any of you is working. Okay, there are several who are working. Okay, so let's see. What do you do? Where? Somebody else is hand. I'd like to understand how it's like to get engineer. I think there was one more hand at least. Yes. Any of you who raised your hand saying that this is the only thing you're pursuing? Raise your hand again. Okay. So why did you choose to do this? So first of all, basically I was part of an engineering, but there was so much time we have and so I really wanted to pursue my. I had some options, but to be quite was just to be a part of the next. Pilani campus, allocation, 2017. When did you pass it? 2017. 2017. Okay. So when you said Aditya Sharma, I recall that Aditya Sharma would have passed out sometime in 1990. Well, let me hear from one more person, please, who is pursuing this with the soul game. Yes. Wait a minute, I thought you said you're working somewhere. No, no, I want to know somebody who's not working, pursuing this is the only program. There are many hands, somebody should, I would like to understand. Yes, one more person raise your hand. Okay, now nobody wants to. But you will. Yes, so why did you decide to do this? I also introduce yourself. Your name, where you're from.
My name is Shweta Sharma, and currently I am working with Gujarat Haryana Police for cyber security related issues.
You're also working.
Yeah, like helping, like kind of helping the Gujarat cyber police. Yeah. With my OC tools, me and my team have also got 2 frauds from providing the campus.
You've got two what?
OSINT tools, like open source intelligence tool. We are using this tool for identifying who is doing the cyber frauds.
And how many of you are pursuing this along with another degree from somewhere else? Okay, so one of you. So what else are you doing? Right. Which college? And what's your name? And where are you doing this along with your degree? Let me hear for one last person. Yes. Okay, so how many semesters will you finish? Two semesters done or you're in the second semester? How is your experience? Don't worry, I don't think the faculty are going to mind it even if you say otherwise. But I assume you're doing the truth and I will take it. Okay, thank you. So the intent is, of course, provide you with the experience which is variable to of the same quality as it cannot be identical to because you are sitting in a different environment. All of you are doing different things along with this education. Probably much more separated in your ages. This group is very homogeneous, but in principle you could be far more separated in your ages, sitting in the same class and typical campus environment. But the intent is to ensure that all of you have the quality of educational experience which is in no way inferior to, which is at least as good as what you would have if you were on the campus. And I believe that Professor Anupama and her team, along with our friends from Coursera, have done their best to ensure that we are able to provide you with that kind of experience. And I think some of them have also extended themselves to make themselves available to you at any time of day or night, 24/7, to resolve any issues that you might face and also act as counselors. I must compliment all of you also for courage with which each one of you has acted, because you have taken a path which is not common, irrespective of whether you are employed, whether you are pursuing another degree elsewhere, or if you have decided that this is the only thing you can do because you have chosen to take a decision, whichever one you have taken, which is different from the conventional. And therefore, it also becomes incumbent upon us to ensure that you have taken the right decision and we are able to do whatever is necessary to ensure that that decision works well for you. How many of you are close to graduation who are in your to enter your finals? Okay. What's the farthest that anybody in their third semester? Okay, you guys, some of you are entering your third semester. Okay, this is largely the first and the second semester. I hope your experience has been good so far. And I assure you that your experience will continue to remain as good as and will continue to improve with time as we learn, because we have understood the conventional campus-based education well over the last colleges started maybe in the 40s, degree awarding colleges maybe even a little before that. So
about 80, 90 years of formal education on campus, and about 46 years of educating working professionals, which is also of a different nature. And now for the last 2.5 years, educating people who are entirely online and they span a wide range of backgrounds, geographies, ages, cultures, and so on. So this last one, we are relatively new, and therefore we have been learning. I hope we have learned fast enough, and I hope we have used our experience from the other kinds of education that we have been doing well enough that learning curve has been easily sort of ascended by us quite rapidly, and that we have been able to deliver what expectations as you have entered into this program. So I encourage all of you to make full use of this day and a half, 2 days of events that have been put together for you. I encourage you also to remain connected with faculty as well as friends who are here as you continue through your journey. And let me assure you that BITS Pilani is always here to support you in any way you need, and certainly any way that we can and must, to ensure that this degree works well for you and helps you realize your ambitions with which you join this program. So welcome once again. I wish you all the very best. And let me assure you, you are as bright as looking a batch of students as any that I have encountered in the last 40 years. And all of you who spoke are also as articulate as we normally expect BITSians to be, perhaps some of you even more so at the time of lecture. And therefore, I think we have a very bright and promising batch of students. And I wish you all the very best. And as long as I remain whether I'm directly involved with the online programs or there, I am committed my personal support also to all of you as you traverse this journey and continue with and complete your programs and proceed to meet whatever ambitions you have. Okay, once again, wish you all the very best and a warm welcome to
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your encouraging words. I will request Adira ma'am to please present the bouquet. Thank you, sir. I'll now request Professor P.B. Venkataraman, Dean WLP, to address the gathering. Please, sir.
I hope I'm audible. Venkataraman, Dean of WLP, with BITS for the last 11 years. Before that, in the industry for 25 years. Professor of Mechanical Engineering. I am sharing this information because you can relate to this kind of a profile as you grow. Some of you have undertaken a job as you are getting into higher education field, and some of you will soon be doing it. So this is becoming quite common that we try to enter into the world of work while we undertake our higher education, or we undertake two programs simultaneously to prepare better for the workplace of work, world of work. So this is something which is an emerging trend. If you look at the broad higher education space, there are 3-4 models which are existing. One is the conventional model where the students come to the campus and then learn. There's another model where the students take care of their learning by themselves with the support of a university. Right? And the third model is something where there is another party involved, which is the employer of the organization, employer of the student. So there are broadly three. There may be more, a number of at least one I can think of, but I'm not getting into that. So the conventional model of education, where the university is directly responsible for providing the learning space and the learning. The second model is something where the student takes upon himself or herself the learning space and the learning material is provided by the university. And the third is the one where the student and his or her organization take up the responsibility of learning, while the university provides the space as well as the content. These are all broadly three categories of higher education models. The first one, all of you know, is a campus-based education, which is popularly known as conventional model of education. The second one is an online education where the student undertakes the responsibility of learning while the university provides the support. And the third is the work integrated learning model of education where the organization, the student and the university come together and provide the learning or enable the learning. Not provide but enable the learning. This is what is called work integrated learning and the dean of work integrated learning program. There is a lot of research going on as to how the people learn in each of these models. Indica is much later actually. They tried to do a passenger car when they manufactured Indica, but before that they had something called Sumo, something called Sierra, right? So those kind of things. If you actually look at those vehicles at that time, right, it was like a truck. It is very difficult for someone who is known for manufacturing truck to switch their mindset to a passenger vehicle. Right? The same thing is happening in the higher education space also. Universities which are known for offering programs through a conventional model of education now are getting into online space. I'm not talking about just BITS Pilani, but universities across the globe. Take for example MIT, right? They have something called as MIT Online, where they actually provide all the learning materials website, right? You can actually attend those classes, but of course they are recorded. You cannot attend the live lecture, but you can actually watch those lectures, learn like the MIT students, and probably get some kind of a degree or a certificate from MIT. How many of us will actually get into doing that compared to the people who have actually got admission in MIT? You are also learning with the same materials, the same faculty available to you flexibly at your convenience. The other option is that you get the admission, you are in the top 99 percentile or something like that, you get the admission in MIT, go there, spend lakhs of rupees, sit in the class and learn from the same lecture, the same material. There is a difference between these two. In terms of the content, in terms of the lecture quality, in terms of the curriculum, right? Everything is identical because they are just uploading the same lectures there online. But what is the difference between these two things? From the university perspective, it is the same. But from the student perspective, they are different. Right? So when the student takes the responsibility for learning and the university is just a provider of the content, everything changes. What changes? The student engagement with the learning changes significantly. Why can't a student just listen to the MIT lectures and then claim that they have completed their program in MIT? The only difference is probably one, I should not use the word only, but one major difference is the student engagement with the learning process. So this is something which all the universities are researching as to how do we bring the students to the learning space when the students take the responsibility of their learning. This is something which is new to all the universities. So we are all still the truck manufacturer and we are transitioning to passenger car manufacturing. Tata Motors has come a long way and they are manufacturing some of the wonderful vehicles in terms of the build quality. They are really, really good compared to even the most popular manufacturer in the country. And all the universities are working on that, not manufacturing passenger cars, but understanding as to how students learn and what is the role of the university in the student engagement in the learning process. We have been doing it, and Professor Anupama, I know last 2.5 years, has been investing significant amount of time in supporting the student. Whenever they wanted something, she was available, her team was available, and she has been doing a significant job and her team in supporting the learning process when the students actually are ready to learn, right? So, we have also been learning that in WILP we have the same challenge. We have an additional challenge in WILP. All the students are working professionals and they are answerable to their organization as well as they have to undertake the learning. So they have an additional pressure. So we in WILP are trying to understand as to how to enable this engagement student learning. This kind of an immersion is one such attempt. One that we get to see each other. Through that, we actually build an emotional connection. You also visit the campus, which creates a little stronger identity with the university. And probably we are going to use this 2 days in bringing in that kind of a connect so that the learning can happen. We don't believe that there is going to be significant amount of learning that's going to happen in the 2 days time. But we are only investing in the set of factors that will enable learning in the future. So with that hope and belief, I conclude my short. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request Mr. Purov to please present the book. So, ma'am, it's now time I will announce tea break. Should I call upon some of the faculty members now? No. Sir, I'll start with you. Professor Chandrasekhar. Okay, Professor Vipul. Thank you, sir. So, good morning all. Welcome all to the campus. Been in touch with you for a long time since the time you joined this program. Right, I talked to you before you joined the program, as soon as you joined the program, and then as a teacher, teaching a couple of courses, right? So, how do you feel about things? You got anything to say? You got anything to say how the program goes on, how it's helping you? If that you can share. I would seriously like to hear from you, right? I was actually being engaged to this program right from the day the program was designed. It was part of the team to design the program, to get it up, and then was part of the team with the Transformer and teaching you courses, right? So what I hear from you is how do you really feel about things happening to you so far? How do you like the courses? How do you think it's helping you? Someone? Nobody?
It is pretty good to be very honest, and beyond that, we are being in different courses as well, like course. It is pretty
So, what are courses you like the most?
to be very honest, basic electronics. So basic electronics in our first semester, and then we have first semester different courses as well on Coursera.
Right.
So there is a course called Python for Integrated Information.
Okay.
That's great.
Wow, good. So, anyone in the third, fourth, later semesters, you want to say some courses were really good? What?
Yes.
Wow, okay. So, why do you like the course? Instructor. Okay. Anybody else?
So DSA is pretty good because the DSA is usually a difficult subject to learn, but the professors have made it very easy to learn, and the clarity that is given is pretty good to grasp.
Hello, myself Hassan Selfi, and I'm from cohort 5, latest one. And the course that I like the most is the linear algebra and optimization because it helps me a lot to understand machine learning concept and data science concept that has been taught. And it helps me a lot to understand all these mathematical concepts, how it works behind the scenes. Yes, exactly.
algebra and optimization. And since it, as he said, it helps you understand the mathematical concepts, that's going to be really important for all of us later on, especially since I'm planning to go into the AI and ML side. And I've also found a lot of enjoyable courses on Coursera Plus, including there's one course which talks about machine learning, and for that is something called understanding mathematics for machine learning. So that also happens to be one of my favorites.
Me, I'm already, I love numbers and I'm already working and I have learned all of my skills to YouTube before joining this work. And it was finally giving me an opportunity to actually say ourselves and learn life. So I think this I got at the point life classes has really helped me get much better at what I already did. Already did what I already had. Right? So I think we learn the high level stuff, but not the basics. I could learn the basics and things. That was really nice.
Great math. Okay, that's a lovely course. So, so I'm glad that you're actually, spending good enough time, dedicating time, despite all your other commitments and do your best. You have good curriculum in place and you could keep delivering the courses well. It's very important that, the third aspect is, you put in your own time despite all your commitments. I'm sure you're doing it. I wish you all the best. I'm here around to talk to you, to answer you any questions on, endeavors. Great curriculum, that's what, you have. Thank you, wish you all the best. Sir, please. After me, I've already said this, sir, should be now. Sir, then you will have to do the honor section.
Good morning, all. I'm not going to ask you if you recognize me or not, because I think most of you are in person, and that's where I come. So, I'm not going to bother you asking who am I. Okay, actually, I plan to ask each of you that is also exhausted. So, during that time, I had to think for new questions. Okay, so one strange thought came to my mind. I want to check with you. You have spent 2 semesters, right? I would like to think about a single semester. Okay. Within the semester, there are multiple steps which you have to go through. Starting with the course, seeing the recordings, attending the live content sessions as such, participating in the assignments, taking the quiz, taking the exams, and so on and so forth for a specific course as such. Which is those part or parts which you enjoy? I would want to know. Or we can take the example of the course and state. Yes, please.
So generally, I follow a particular way of doing things. So that's when I start the course, I watch the recordings, and then I try and attempt questions on my own, so to make sure like I'm familiar with the concepts or not. And then I go on to the past papers as a particular reference. So let me see if I'm like, can I answer the questions that have been asked before? And then I'd say that then I go and attempt the quizzes on my own, and then whatever quizzes are there, I usually try and keep them as records. That if in case I need help in the exams, since it's open book, I can refer to them and it's like, okay, I've done this is what it's not. And then obviously the start period assignments coming, and that sort of gives like a very good foundation for me. Let me see how I've done halfway through the course. Because then it's structured in a way that at the half stage of the course you have to, it's basically like a mini exam. And that gives a lot of practice for everyone. And of course that also prepares you
I mean, looks like a very true student who enjoys all the phases of a particular course.
I'd say the most favorite thing would be the software design.
That's created assignment.
Because that actually makes you think on how exactly to attend it. And you're also given enough time to also attend it. It's not like you're only given a day's deadline. You're given an ample amount of time, and that actually makes you think in the way that you're actually supposed to.
Okay, this is what I would thought. Which was that particular course where you felt that this is the most challenging assignment you have ever faced?
I'd say that was basic electronics.
Basic electronics.
Basic electronics.
Okay, good to know.
So because there we had a time software design. And we had to actually emphasize on how we could get things done easily. And you also have to get it right. So,
Did you rely on ChatGPT by any chance? Okay, you can tell it aloud.
Because GPT gives, especially for math, gives wrong answers all the time.
Very sure.
Yes. So one time it actually got addition wrong. So if that isn't enough proof, I don't know what is.
Thanks for letting us know that. Any others? Yes, please.
So I just go through the transcriptions of the videos and just play video on 2x. And I just watch the videos. Yes, sir, 2x.
Okay, course setup, please.
Okay. And coming to software, I'm not that top of kind of person. But I do discuss with one of my friend, very good friend of mine. And if he's able to answer, then ChatGPT is the case. I just take the screenshot, paste it on ChatGPT, get the guidance, and then I just apply that and solve it. That's it.
Well, he was a very true student, and here we have a very normal student as well.
I do.
Okay. So, do we have anything from backbenchers? Hi. Are you with us? No. All the backbenchers there. No, I asked them, are you with us? Nobody answered. And one guy talked like this. Okay, I will point out. Okay. Hi. Name?
Shakifan.
Semester?
Second semester.
Program?
B.Sc.
Program name?
B.Sc.
B.Sc?
Yeah.
B.Sc what?
Computer science.
Computer science.
Yeah.
Which state?
Hyderabad, Telangana.
Parents? This is your favorite course?
B.Sc.
BSc. Okay. Thank you. Sorry for bothering you. Should I go back to your previous state? No, not the previous state in the sense, the state in which you were before answering this question. Not the Telangana, Andhra Pradesh. Okay. Someone from here is sitting all alone.
Sir, it's a good view of the whole auditorium. Yes. Yes, sir. My name is Manjunath Sharma, sir. Okay, sir, program B.Sc in computer science and first ward and best course name was Deen Ranjit and states in Madhya Pradesh. Yeah, sir, I have a good interest in maths and had from back and want to get in data science, so that's the interesting course. Yes, sir, Linux course, sir.
I'm from Karnataka. So since nobody talked about it, I would like to say that the best part of each of the course was the quiz that came immediately after each video. So while you watch the video, I was like, okay, this is it, and I know this stuff. But then when the quiz popped up, I was like, was this more covered in the video? And then we went to rewatch the video. So I would say that was the best part. Yes, that's it.
The Yes, the best part of the course is live classes. We are working yes, live classes. Yeah. Yeah, facilities and all professors and whatever we have talked, we can clear. And some professors are also like time जितना भी है वो देने को तैयार है. Like 1.5 घंटा अगर तो 2 घंटा तक तैयार है. Hello, sir. I am from Hyderabad itself. So for me, I like all the lectures, but then particularly, to remember his name, he teaches general biology for us. I think he has a good sense of humor and I really like that. I'm not sure, so I forgot his name, but he teaches general biology. Yeah. So that's what. He, sir. I think that is a stereotype. No, cohort 4. Oh, no, sorry, but then it's currently second semester. It's currently ongoing. No, I mean, I haven't moved on to the model 5 and all. I am talking about the one who needs to model 1 to 5. Yeah, I'm talking about it.
I can safely say that out of all the times that I waited for these 10 minutes were memorable. So thank you so much for taking this in the right way. We'll request someone to pertaining to the hackathon that we have. We'll take some details from all of you. Guru, if you can let me know what exactly is required.
I need to add all your email IDs for the hackathon. I request all of you to first register to the hackathon to meet Dr. Pula and give your BITS email ID. Okay? Because it has to be added to the hackathon site so that people can participate. So while you're having tea, you can do that. And tomorrow's activities are group activities. So look around you, form a group of 6. Each of you have to find 5 friends. Right? Form a group of 6 and for the activities, please register your group with Mr. Krishnan Nair during the tea break.
we can break for tea and then gather in next 10 to 15 minutes here and continue with our agenda today. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.